The doctor is in.
Next patient.
Greetings, gentlemen, and welcome back. It is I, Victor von Frankenstein, the Grateful MGTOW, trying to breathe life back into this channel and bringing you some more content. It's been 2 years since I have uploaded any content. It's been approximately 1 year since I've turned on this computer. Although I have been watching from the sidelines, paying attention, close attention to everything that's been going on within our community and the surrounding communities. I've taken the past couple of years to rebuild my life after absorbing all the MGTOW content, the important information, the inspiring words that I gained from this community. I took the past couple of years to, instead of speak about things, I took control of my life and I made changes. I listened to the suggestions made by many of the men in this community. I took them to heart. I listened. And at a certain point in time, I chose to be silent and to focus, to take action, to take control. Instead of just speaking about solutions, I actually went out and sought those solutions. I know a popular subject in this community is joining into the trades. And that's exactly what I did. I was lucky enough to find a company that actually took me serious and was willing to send me for the proper training. And I now have a boiler operator's license. I also have an ammonia refrigeration operator's license. I was lucky enough to fall into a group of good men, hardworking men that talk about a lot of the subjects that we've talked about, but yet are unaware of communities such as ours. It was great. Something I've always noticed is that I always seem to be at the very tail end of what people would consider the golden years of these great times. And it was no different with this job. I finally found myself amongst men. Other men that believe in masculine traits and promote them every day. I've seen the hard work. I've done the hard work. But in these past years, since I've been away, there were losses and there were gains. I lost my grandfather, and then I lost my grandmother. And as few of you were privileged to be a part of the conversations, the few that I got to have with my father, and the few of you that actually got to partake in a couple of the live streams that he was in, I lost my father. And now, after a year of being alone and facing that adversity, knowing that I'm truly alone these days, it was difficult. But I always had all of you, all of your inspiring words. And it's lifted me up through a lot of hard times. But at the same time, it made me a stronger person. I've built myself into the person that I am these days. And with the MGTOW community, it helped me reinforce all the things that we understand, especially those of us that consider ourselves monks. Now, I have continued on down this path of the monk philosophy, something that I know Stardust made a video about quite a few years ago, and something that recently was discussed on Undead Chronics, one of his live streams with Hammerhand, about why we are the extreme portion of MGTOW. I don't see anything extreme about it. Why is it that the monk is considered extreme? Why is it that those that choose the passive path, the path not taken, why is the monk that chooses self-immolation to make a statement, why are they considered the extreme? There's so much that I'd like to talk about. There's so much to catch up on. There's so many people that we have lost. All of us. Some of those men were great men, especially great men of this community. I'm glad that I was a part of it. I'm glad that I am still, I guess, a part of it. Maybe I can breathe life back into this channel. There's a reason that I'm here now, speaking to you. You know, I lived in fear a lot of my life, over all kinds of things. Fear that the insecurity, being unsure of myself. And one thing, when my father passed, me and him had a lot of good conversations at the very end there. And when he finally passed, and he left me a little bit of money, I took that money and I invested it. I started investing into myself. I just so happened to hit a couple of the meme stocks that were happening. I didn't make myself rich. I made exactly what I needed for the time being. But it helped me to overcome a fear. That fear of being unsure about the future. And in this time, we're all unsure. It's something you can feel. You can feel it in the air. You can see it in the mainstream media. You can see all these things coming to fruition that we've been discussing for so long. You know, one of the last videos that I recorded was talking about Project Melody and the fact that women will push themselves into obsolescence moving into the future. These are things that we all discussed. The monkey, Hammerhand, myself, everybody in the MGTOW community talking about, robot waifus. And now we come to the metaverse. And I see these discussions happening, talking about men just retreating into the metaverse. Now, I don't think that that's a good thing. I think that more people need to remove themselves, as I did, from the online communities and go out and actually talk to each other. But I think that at this point in time, it's just futile. It was great to see Undead Chronic and his war band take down Cuck Murphy. It was great to be a part of it, even though I wasn't able to comment or any of that. My phone, for some reason, doesn't allow you to post comments on live streams. And because I have felt somewhat ostracized, cut off from this community, I knew that the only way was to come back, to make content, to talk to the men that helped me, the men that are helping each other out there, to try to give something back. Now, what that is, I don't know. I don't have a huge subscriber base, but those people that do listen, and I'm going to try to get back into making more of the content that I enjoy making, edited videos that have deeper and more profound analysis of what's happening in this world, but from perspectives of videos and music. Like I said, there's so much to say, so much to talk about. I find myself at a loss for words so many times in the day. So many times I feel motivated to speak, to say something, to turn on my computer, to make content. And then at the same time, I feel that black pill of what's the point. We see the misandry that happens every day. And we see the people that try to blame everything on misogyny. I have found myself at the point where I consider it just misanthropy. On this path that many people don't take, the vast majority of people will never take. At some point in time, you are going to feel lost. And that's why I find myself reaching out to the community again. I got new videos coming up. I'm going to try to do my best to once again partake in this community. I hope this message finds you gentlemen well. We'll talk again real soon.
Hold! Give them nothing, but take from them everything! Stay!
Thank you, gentlemen, and I hope this finds you well. Please do not like, share, or subscribe, and don't forget to stuff that bell up YouTube's ass. Subscribe.